All right, you little mathematicians, we are going to find a percent of a number. So, kind of talked about this in class, but percent problems are usually have the same structure. We usually are setting up something that is a part out of a whole equals some percent. And the three different sorts of problems are where sometimes the part is missing, sometimes the whole is missing, and sometimes the percent is missing, and you're solving for the missing part. So today, we are going to learn about problems of this form. Find 30% of 400. So, we know the percent, 30%, that seems obvious. Now what about this 400? I want you to think, is that the part or is that the whole? Yes, 400 is the whole, and we're trying to find what part of that would equal 30%. So let's actually start to fill in some stuff that we know. We know that the whole is actually 400, and we know we can kind of scoot that over there, and we know that we're dealing with 30%. But actually, I want to write percent a little differently. Instead of writing 30%, I want to write 30 out of 100. There we go. So, we need to find what this missing thing is here. What is the part? What part out of 400 is the same as 30 out of 100? Well, check it out. We're just making equivalent fractions, right? So, you can think of this as two ways. Hopefully you see that to get from 400 to 100, we have to divide by 4. So you can think, what number divided by 4 is 30? Or you could sort of think of it the opposite way, going backwards. I think this is a little easier. To get from 100 to 400, we're multiplying by 4. We need to multiply 30 by 4. Well, since 3 times 4 is 12, then 30 times 4 is going to be 120. So let me get rid of that, and we know that 120 is right there. So 30% of 400 is 120. We just found that out by making equivalent fractions. But before we go, I want to show you one more way you could solve this problem. We know that 30% can be written as this. Now, I'm hoping at this point in the year, we are recognizing that whenever we see that word of in a context that's similar to this, that tends to mean multiplication. So finding 30% of, we're trying to find a part of something, we can just multiply. 30% of 400. Now, you could do this multiplication, multiplying fractions straight across. I would recommend cross-simplifying, so you can divide both of these by 100. And there you go. Now we've just got 30 over 1 times 4 over 1. 30 times 4, like we found out before, is 120. 1 times 1 is 1. And so 30% of 400, again, is 120. This second method is actually really nice because it's not always so easy to turn your denominator, your whole number, into 100. So this is a very useful technique as well. All right, cool. See you in class.